score. Taylor's last 5, so give it to an open Abbey Book for 3, and Taylor leads for the first time today.
in terms of focus has been excellent. Once again, the energy's high. It got great momentum right now, and we got a team receiving votes tonight in Huntington, who's a scary group. It's a scary group. They show greatness in spurts against everyone they've played since we played them in December, and then they got some negative spurts that kind of hurt them. So we have our work cut out.
You look at Kendall Bradbury, she led the way with 27 points, 10 rebounds, and she had a couple key buckets there late as St. Francis was able to trim their deficit down to 3 there in the third quarter. How happy were you with your team's ability to push that lead back to double digits after it almost got erased?
Well, I was probably impressed with the team's composure. We had talked mentally that this is going to be a game of spurts. St. Francis plays well at home. Their scoring offensive input is really high there. They knew that they were one game behind us, so a lot of things were at stake. But I loved our composure. I loved our defensive intensity the whole game. We just had that little, effort lapse in the third quarter after halftime, and so we just had to call timeout, regroup, and the girls refocused.
One of the players that's maybe flown under the radar the last couple of weeks has been Aubrey Wright. She had 11 points and 4 rebounds, another 4-steal performance on Saturday against St. Francis. But the last 6 out of the last 9 games, she's had at least 5 assists, and she's had at least 4 steals in back-to-back games after having that career-high 6 last Wednesday against Marion. What's made her so stingy on the defensive end the last couple of weeks?
I just think Aubrey's just sees her career's coming to an end. I think Aubrey's feeling more confident shooting the ball. She does it in practice and just want that carryover. And she's always been an unselfish player since I've been here. But she's got one of the prettiest shots we have. But, the thing about Aubrey is the stats are one thing, but the things that, coaches like me notice is these things that don't get stats, and that's the defensive intensity, the defensive deflections, playing the gaps quickly, tipping the ball, double teaming hard. And so she's doing great on both ends right now, and the team kind of feeds off of that. Just everyone's defensive effort's been great. Lacey has been assigned to the best shooter on the teams, and it wears them out, but it wears her out. But then you got the bench coming in that is also providing great minutes on the defensive pressure. But I believe it all starts with Aubrey.
How do you try to get a little more offensive production out of your bench? Obviously some capable shooters out there in Lauren James and Meredith Deckard. How do you try to get a little more offense out of that bench?
Well, right now, lately, we've been more defensive-minded, so it's more of the defensive player's game right now, this late in the conference, and as you play people the second time around. And so that kind of hurts certain offensive players like Meredith and LJ, Sid, and those kind of players. So right now, they just have to be ready for their opportunity, and when their opportunity is called upon, they got to do both ends, and if they're not going to play defense, then they're going to sit. So, the bench has to be ready. The starters are doing a great job setting the tone lately, and they'll have the same task tonight to get after it. I'm a coach that once we have a flow, I don't really change the flow. And so if the starters are playing great, they'll play the most of the minutes.
Jamie Netsley played her most minutes of the season on Saturday at 14. She provided her normal intense defense out there. What's it been like to her to watch her kind of blossom these last couple of weeks coming back from a semester-long injury?
Well, that's just her coming back. I mean, you got to monitor the minutes and how do you want to clump them. And like you said, she's played the most, and she was really tired after 14 minutes. She was tired at the Marion game. I think she logged in maybe 10 or 11. I can't remember exactly. But she right now has been more of a second-half player for us. Tonight might be a different story. Huntington's got more guards to defend, so she may have to play a little bit more each half and spread the minutes out. Once again, we'll see how the flow goes. But Jamie's one of those kids that was projected to start at the beginning of the year because of the setback. So it's kind of nice to have a kid that was supposed to start be a kid off the bench.
We mentioned this crazy winter weather that's coming in here 24 hours from now. Wind chills, close to negative 50 throughout most of the day tomorrow. They've already canceled class tomorrow and through 5 o'clock on Thursday. How has that changed your preparation with one day less to prep for Huntington?
Well, yeah, that's kind of what the men's program goes through. But in a way, this is kind of nice timing to do this because 3 weeks from today we start our conference tournament. So it's going to be the same thing postseason. We're going to have one day to prepare for our opponent that we play on Tuesday because, as you know, in our conference, they flip-flop the dates for the tournament. And so this is kind of a good timing for us to do that as we look ahead 3 weeks.
And last thing, as we catch up with Taylor women's basketball head coach Jody Martinez before their game with Huntington tonight, their head coach Lori Culler has been there 3+ decades. She's someone that you know very well and have a very strong relationship with. What's it been like to be able to get to know her a little bit better, but away from basketball, as you guys have locked horns a bunch of different times, both when you were at Bethel, now here at Taylor?
Yeah, the relationship's long term. I mean, it began when Sonia was the head coach for Bethel back in the early 90s. So they went head to head for 4 years. And so knowing Lori as long as I have, I think it's a mutual respect from both. I mean, she's a Hall of Fame coach. She's the most winningest coach, active coaches right now in the NAIA. And so, you got to respect her, respect the program she does. She's also the athletic director there, does an outstanding job at Huntington University. And so we know we've had some meetings when I used to be the athletic director at Bethel and coaching. And, we see the trends and the culture changes. Kids are changing. And so it's hard for us old school coaches to adapt to it once in a while, but we're doing our best.
Two great friends, the head coaches tonight for Taylor and Huntington. Jody, thanks for the time and good luck.
Thanks, Rick. I'll see you afterwards.
Josh Andrews before Huntington. So Taylor will trot out their normal starting five. Excuse me. Aubrey Wright, Lacey Garrett, your guards. Kendall Bradbury up front. The wings are Abby and Becca Books. Huntington will bring out their normal starting five as well. The guards, Maddie Reeker and Erin Moore. Sarah Fryman, their leading scorer at 17 points tonight, starts one of the front court players. Sam Hamill in the backcourt. She's a 5'7" sophomore. And Casey Morton, and Brooke Saylor, the other starter out there tonight. She is from nearby Eastbrook High School. As you heard in our pregame conversation, Lori Kohler in her 33rd year leading the Huntington Foresters. We'll get into the award that she won a couple weeks ago as our game wears on. Saylor and Bradbury jump is tapped into the backcourt. To be knifed away from Hamill by Garrett, and Taylor opens up with the opening possession. They go from left to right and white. They've won 11 games in a row. Becca Books trying to stay hot from three, and she buries one from straight on to start the game off. Becca Books has more than doubled every offensive category than the first two seasons she has combined, and Taylor starts 3-0. And here comes Huntington from right to left in green. They have green numbers and green letters. They're trimmed in white. The Trojans counter with white uniforms, purple letters, and gold numbers trimmed in purple. Up top, Erin Moore. She wants to tie the game at three. Cannot with a straight-on three. Aubrey Wright had it tapped away from her. Saylor gets it back down to Moore. She'll travel on the baseline left. And a missed three from Erin Moore. A 36% three-point shooter, and a travel gives the ball back to TU. Taylor winners of 11 in a row. That win tonight would get them undefeated in the months of December and January. Their last loss came at the end of November to Marion, a team that they beat here last Wednesday. Nice backdoor cut. Aubrey Wright throws it in off the high glass on a nice find by the patient Kendall Bradbury. 5-0 start for Taylor. A three from B. Books and a bucket from Aubrey Wright. 1 minute into quarter number one. Moore thought about a three, missed her one last time down, now gives up to the top, and Sarah Fryman. Their leading scorer for Huntington, denied down low. Saylor got away from B. Books, a couple head fakes, and she'll bank it in to get Huntington on the board. We've seen B. Books tasked with guarding the top front court players. She guarded Deja Cyrus of Marion last week. She gets Brooke Saylor tonight, who averages 9 points and 9 rebounds a game. Aubrey Wright, high left side, has been good from three her last 3 times out. Can't get an open look here, and will bounce between the circles to Abby Books. High right side, B. Books to the right wing, and Lacey Garrett guarded by Maddie Reeker. B. Books puts on the deck with a left hand, got to the free throw line, almost traveled. Shot clock down to 5. Here's Bradbury banging, trying to get away with 3. A pair off the rim, no good. Weak side rebound is Abby Books, and she was pushed out of the way as she missed the putback up. A helter-skelter little possession there for the Taylor offense. Foul on Erin Moore, her first, and the first one against Huntington. And that'll put Abby Books to the line, who is not ranked nationally in free throw shooting percentage as she makes the first one because her average of attempts per game is below the minimum requirement, but she is right at 89%, would be in the top 5 in the country if she had the right amount of attempts. She makes both attempts here, and Taylor goes back in front by 5, 7-2. Abby Books with 2 free throws, B Books with a 3, and Aubrey Wright the bucket. And Brooke Saylor the only hooper right now for Huntington. Fryman, their leading scorer, hands off up top. Moore, chased off the arc by Bradbury. High right side, faking a look as Hamill, going in, shuffling her feet, kicks out to a right wing 3 for Moore, and this one short off the front rim. Aubrey Wright, nice box out, and she'll draw an over the back call against Sam Hamill. First one against Hamill, second one against Huntington, with 7:55 remaining here in quarter number 1. Garrett will run the point. She'll jog across the Trojan logo at center. Taylor from left to right and white, winners of 11 in a row. Bad pass by Bradbury as B-Book's path was cut off, and the pass is intercepted by Sarah Fryman of Huntington. First turnover by Taylor as Reeker goes wheeling to the front court. Fryman trailing, has not taken a shot so far, trying to change there, goes into contact, misses a driving right-hand layup. The rebound tapped out to the near side, and it's gobbled up by Taylor's Aubrey Wright. She'll swing it weak side to Abby Books, who goes slicing in, stops at the league logo, lets a right-hander go that's missed, short off the front rim. Erin Moore with the first rebound of the night for her, and Huntington goes from right to left up the right side. Angling in is Hamill, outside to Reeker. Back to Hamill on the left wing, driving with a right hand. Bradbury cuts her off, wheeling, far to right wing. Moore halfway down, came out and then banked in off the back of the rim. Second bucket for Huntington, first hoop for Moore, and it draws Huntington to within 3 minutes in to quarter 1. Taylor from left to right in green. Reeker switches on a screen and guards right. High left side, Bradbury into the paint to B-Books. The defender wasn't there. B-Books goes in and banks one in on a nice move, trying to go up and under. 5 first quarter points for B-Books. She has outscored Huntington by herself, and Taylor goes back in front by 5, 9-4. Just past 3 minutes into quarter number 1. Fryman fakes to her right, fires from 3, and that one long off the back rim, and there's a rebound for Abby Books as she throws that right hand high into the air. Garrett runs the point, pitching back to the trailing Abby Books. She'll stop right elbow extended. Her outside pass is deflected away and intercepted by Hamill. She stole it with one hand and then wheels up the front court. Near side, Reeker lets a 3-ball go. That one's off target, and it's rebounded by Taylor's Kendall Bradbury. Reeker, the top 3-point shooter for Huntington, misses her first try here. Abby Books with the shorter Reeker defending her on the right wing. Looking in, she'll skip it to twin sister Becca, who fumbled with the ball and couldn't let an open 3 go. Mid-post left Bradbury, she fumbles it away, but goes in and gets a reverse layup as Brooke Saylor gave her way too much room. All 4 of the 5 starters have scored for Taylor as Bradbury on the score sheet. And Taylor has a game-high lead of 7 and 11-4. Just past 4 minutes gone, quarter 1. Fryman, their leading scorer for Huntington, gives off to Hamill. Around the Fryman screen, she'll dribble to the top. Pitching outside to Moore. Bradbury defends her. Moore got to the free throw line. Bradbury dares her to shoot a jump shot that's missed, and Becca Books has the rebound for Taylor. Abby will jog it up the left side of the floor. This is Abby Books. Jump stop, and now to Garrett near the volleyball line. Interesting tactic as Reeker guards Garrett. High pass intended for Bradbury was tapped away and intercepted by Fryman on the baseline. On a high entry pass there from Garrett. Third turnover by Taylor. B-Books almost got it away from Hamill in the backcourt. Hamill able to keep the dribble alive and work it to the front court. Huntington from right to left in green. Taylor defends man-to-man in white. Moore, right side arc, left-hand dribble, got her into the paint, tried to go up and under on Bradbury, but Kendall denied it away. 15-foot jump shot that was missed, and Hamill knew it right when it left her hand. Careens off the bottom of the glass as Wright will take the pass from Garrett to the near sideline. Up top, Abby Books all night to shoot and all night to hit it. A triple from straight on by Abby Books. She and Becca Books have 5 points apiece, and Taylor, a 10-point lead right now over Huntington, forces a 30-second forced timeout here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
A couple big announcements came out this week. Kendall Bradbury not only named the Crossroads League Player of the Week for the 18th time in her career and the 5th time this season. She was also named today the National Player of the Year at the NAIA Division II level. And classes also canceled tomorrow and Thursday here on the campus of Taylor University. Morton checked in during the last time out. She replaced whom? That was Hamill. No, she replaced Reeker. Here's Hamill driving baseline right. Into the paint to Saylor. Has one bucket tonight. Cannot get two. It danced off the rim. Saylor got her own rebound. She missed the putback strong. And a weak side rebound is Abby Books'. Here's Garrett wheeling with defensive backs facing her. Pitching it back to Abby Books, whose three forced a timeout the last time down by Huntington. Abby to the mid-post left. Up top, Bradbury catch and shoot three. And she hits. Taylor opens up 3 of 3 from deep. Kendall, Abby, and Becca. That's Bradbury, Books, and Books, all with 5 points here in the opening quarter. And Taylor has a commanding 13-point lead as they've opened up 6 of 8 from the floor. Huntington just 2 of 11. Fryman dribbling time away. She'll hold left elbow here, trying to take Abby Books to the rack. Got in left side, up and under, double pump shot, good. Fryman got to the weak side, got to the left side of the hoop, had a double pump and put it in off the glass. First bucket for Huntington's leading scorer, Sarah Fryman. And Taylor's lead down to 11. 17-6, 3:35 and counting in quarter one. Abby Books upside to the right side of the floor and Aubrey Wright. Head fake on Fryman, drive up top. Abby Books down the right side of the lane, tucks that shoulder and easily lays it in as no one was there to contest. 7 first quarter points for Abby Books, and Taylor goes back in front by 13. The Trojans, 7 of 9 from the floor to start. They're a perfect 3 of 3 from downtown. Morton, left-hand dribble, got her to the left side circle. Saylor holds the ball over her head with 2 hands, pushes outside. Morton threw her hands, tried to save it. It's tapped right back into Kendall Bradbury. Kendall off to the races up the middle of the floor, looking to her left. Finds a cutter down the left. Aubrey Wright, jump stop out to Garrett. Slipping it outside to Becca Books for her second 3 of the night, and she'll roll that one in. Taylor 4 of 4 from downtown, and Becca Books has got a first quarter 8 points. And the Trojans opening up a big lead here. They're up 22-6 with 2:45 to go in the first quarter over Huntington. Morton left side, outside the arc, right-hand dribble, got her to the top. A handoff with Fryman, with Abby Books defending. Now here comes Hamill storming down the lane, throws one up wildly off the glass, but Taylor can't get the rebound. Saylor bangs with Bradbury and glasses it home. 4 points for Brooke Saylor as Taylor played excellent defense there to the storming Hamill, but could not gather the rebound off the floor. The 5 starters remain on the floor for the Trojans. Aaron Moore, the one that got replaced by Morton during the timeout. Abby Books, left wing, looking Bradbury's way, can't get it to her. Pass intended for B. Books was tapped and intercepted as Fryman dribbles behind her back up the near side of the floor. Hamill angles in, banged by a right. And will they say the foul was on the shot or on the floor? It's on Aubrey Wright either way, and will be in the act of shooting. First on Aubrey, first one against Taylor here in the quarter. And that'll put Sam Hamill to the line for 2, where she is shooting 70% this season. First one missed. Or no, first one made, excuse me. I was looking down on that one. Subs come in for Taylor, Meredith Deckard, Lauren James. Second one from Hamill. Front rim dances off, and Kendall Bradbury has the rebound. So Deckard and James in for Taylor, replacing Abby Books and Garrett. Trying to get the other number here for, it's Sarah Doy, the freshman in for Huntington. Bradbury right wing, 3 over Saylor. That one was on target but short. First miss from 3 by Taylor tonight. And Huntington has the ball from right to left, trailing by 13, 22-9, with 1:40 to go in the opening quarter. Fryman trying to take the shorter Decker to the rack, kicks out Morton, open left wing 3, off target right, tapped around. There's Aubrey Wright with a nose for the ball, and she'll haul it in on the far sideline. She'll accelerate and stop, find the trailing Becca Books. This one from way downtown. That one from 25 feet. And Becca Books is white hot to start. She's 4 of 4 from the floor and 3 of 3 from downtown. B. Books has got 11, Huntington's got 9, and Taylor leads 25-9 as we approach a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Saylor up top. Fryman tried to get away from the fronting Deckard. Pass was too high and intercepted by Lauren James of Taylor. She'll wheel up the middle of the floor, crossing over to her left hand. She'll blow right by Morton and throw it in with a right hand as James goes end to end, and Taylor's opened up an 18-point first quarter lead. Morton, left-hand dribble, flipping it outside. Fryman flying a 3, but a moving screen called on Casey Morton as she was moving her feet, and Deckard got caught in the wash. Third one against Huntington here in the quarter, first one against Morton. Morton exits, and Jade Clement comes in here for Huntington. 44 8/10 of a second to go in quarter number 1. Taylor 10 of 13 from the floor and 5 of 6 from downtown. They lead by a game-high 18 points. Right up top, out to Deckard. who did not play Saturday against St. Francis. In traffic, left-hand drive. Deckard got into the paint. Up top, James thought about a three. Now dribbles with the left hand. B. Books perfect from the floor, and that continues as Becca Books 5 of 5 and 4 of 4 from downtown for 14 first-quarter points. She's outscored Huntington by herself by 5. It's a 30-9 Taylor barrage here in quarter one with 5 seconds left. The lefty from the right side wing, no good, missed by Clement. B-Books gets it with 3 to right, up to James, just before the horn, got it! Lauren James hits a 3-ball just before the first quarter horn expires, and Taylor leads 33-9 at the end of a sharp shooting first quarter barrage here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Well, Taylor was sure an inspired group in the opening quarter. They went 12 of 15 and 7 of 8 from downtown, including that three-point shot by Lauren James just before the end of the first quarter. Becca Books had a game-high 14 first-quarter points as she has outscored Huntington by herself. The Foresters mustered just 9 points on 4 of 16 shooting in the opening quarter. They've got the ball here to start. Far side, faking the three is Clement. Bradbury cuts her off. Low bounce pass to the corner and Doy. Bradbury switches on a screen. Doy, left-hand power dribble, lost her balance and turns it over. It's stolen away by Aubrey Wright. Up the floor, near side, Lauren James. She'll fling one far side to Deckard, and then B-Books bullets one down to Bradbury, who just spun away from Fryman and put it home for a deuce. 7 for Kendall Bradbury, and Taylor up 35-9. Trying to put the memory of when these two teams met and the game was tied at halftime when they met back in December. Taylor needed a big third quarter to win that one back in December by a 68-59 margin. The Trojans up 35-9 here. Fryman, right elbow J, clean. 4 points for Fryman. And Taylor's lead down to 35-11. Pressure comes in the backcourt by Huntington. Taylor dealt with this for most of their game last Wednesday here against Marion. Here's Deckard trying to get on the three-point fun, and one of the best three-point shooters in the country at 48% buries her first one. And Taylor now 8 of 9 from downtown, and the Trojans up 38-11 here in quarter number 2 with 1:20 gone. Thinking about a three, not taking it is Clement. She falls over, and Bradbury says, "Thank you very much, I'll take the loose ball." And here comes Taylor the other way. 6th turnover of the opening half here from Huntington. B. Books on fire! Becca Books with 17 points. She's 5 of 5 from downtown. That's one off of a career high, and she has outscored Huntington by herself. B. Books has got 17, Huntington with 11, and the Foresters travel on the other end. Taylor up by 30. Not even 2 minutes into the second quarter. Hamill and Fryman exit for Huntington. Morton and Reeker back in along with Clement, Saylor, and Doy. The Trojans counter with B-Books, James, Deckard, Bradbury. Here's a nice screen. Bradbury down low. She snuck away, and James found her. 9 for Kendall Bradbury, 4 here in the second stanza. And Taylor doing anything they want offensively. They're 16 of 19 from the floor and lead by 22. Doy trying to get forced to the left hand to the corner. A left wing three. Doy rainbows in. Just a 21% three-point shooter coming in, and Doy snaps an 0 for 6 start from downtown for the Huntington Foresters. The Taylor lead, 43-14, 29. 2.5 minutes into quarter 2. High left side, James fakes a pass up top to the cutting Deckard. Couldn't get a 3 off. Now she'll throw it in tight quarters to right. Mid-post right, Bradbury faces the basket, drives to the left hand. Left hand scoop is in, and Kendall Bradbury has got 6 of the first 9 here in the second quarter for TU. Taylor up by 31. They've led by as many as 32. Long shot on the other end, no good. James soars over everybody. It's tapped out to Reeker, who tees up a 3, and she'll roll that one in from the high left side. 30-second timeout taken here by Huntington. 6:56 to go, second quarter. It's all Taylor right now. They lead Huntington 45-17 here in the second quarter on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
No change to the Taylor 5 out of the timeout. It remains B-Books, James, Bradbury, Wright, and Deckard. Bradbury quadruple teamed. Extra pass, B-Books finds Meredith Deckard, who will miss a 3 off the right side rim. And Saylor, who averaged a double-double last year, pulls in her first miscue here of the second quarter. Reeker runs the point through the center jump circle. James waits for her and falls to the right side of the floor. James almost poked it away from Reeker. Backdoor pass, and Bradbury snatches it away. 8th turnover tonight for Huntington, and it's the Trojans' 5th steal. Wright will run the point between the circles as Huntington opens up in a 2-3 zone. Interesting move with Taylor hitting 9 of their 11 threes tonight. B-Books finds a soft spot in the zone, and now James will tee up a left wing 3 that just dances off. Deckard went knifing in, and they call her for an over the back on Brooke Saylor. Subs in for the Trojans. Abby Books makes her first appearance of the second quarter. Sydney Huffman and Haley Stratman make their first appearances of the game. Getting a break, Wright, Deckard, and B-Books. Four minutes into the second quarter. Huntington from right to left in green. Morton up top, down the lane. Stratman defends. Morton throws one off, and James gets called for the reach-in. So the first one on James, first one against Taylor here in the quarter. And Morton to the line for 2. First one up and good. Sarah Fryman back in for Huntington. And she replaces the Eastbrook graduate, Brooke Saylor. Morton, a 67% free throw shooter. She makes both clean here. First points of the night for Morton. And the Taylor lead down to 45-19, 5:50 to go here in the opening half. Taylor from left to right and white. They're shooting at 77% from the floor overall. James open, high right side. Tried to thread one down, too far for Bradbury. She was cutting through the paint. And Bradbury tells James, throw a bounce pass next time, and it'll get to me. It's okay. Turnover number 5 against Taylor here in the contest. They have the advantage in points off turnover, 7-0. Reeker outside to Clements. Morton with Stratman defending. Nice drive in, and they'll get Stratman, I think, for running into the screener Clement. And they will. Good screen there as Stratman gets called for her first. Third one against Taylor. And with 5:29 to go in the second. Down the lane, near side to Reeker. Out of the hands of Doy. Morton, high right side with Stratman defending. Morton penetrating and then kicks it back out. Doy up top. Plenty of time on the shot clock to work. Make this Clement. Morton fires a rainbow 3 that bounces off the basket support, and it'll go back to Taylor. Morton, a 32% three-point shooter, misses her first try here. And Taylor gets the ball from left to right, and they lead by a 45-19 margin. They've led by as many as 32 back in the second quarter. Abby Books, a three over the D, front rim short. And then it's Bradbury ripping it out of there. Now Huffman from straight away. Her long-range try is no good, and it's pulled down by Sarah Fryman here of Huntington. So Taylor was 7 of 8 from the three-point arc in the opening quarter. They're not as good here. A three-point shy just short from Doy, and landed right into the lap of Kendall Bradbury. Huffman between the circles, looking into the zone defense, a 2-3 by Huntington. Huffman looking Bradbury's way, right wing try. James, that one just long and straight, and it's hauled in by Abby Books. Subs wait at the scores table for TU. James bullets one to the free throw line. Bradbury, tough one into traffic to try to get to Stratman, tapped out, and before Stratman could get to it, Fryman snatches it away for Huntington. Up the floor, wheeling and pitching it back as Doy. Morton fires again from three, and this time she'll hit it. Morton with all 5 of her points here in the second quarter. And a good quarter going on so far for Huntington. They've outscored Taylor 13-12 in the quarter and have drawn to a thin 45-22. 3:57 to go here in quarter 2. Huffman drives, wings it to the right corner, and James. Left-hand dribble, trying to pull Huntington out of their zone defense are the Trojans. James to Bradbury trying to turn the corner on Morton, bangs in, and Kendall will go to the line twice. Foul on Casey Morton, her second, the first one against Huntington. And Bradbury will go to the line for 2. She's the 11th best free throw shooter in the country, and she'll switch the first one. She's got 7 here in the second quarter. For the Trojans exiting are Stratman, Huffman, and James. Garrett, Wright, and B-Books back in, so the 5 starters back out there for Taylor. Morton and Doy exit for Huntington. Hamill back in for the Forsters along with Brooke Saylor. Bradbury made the first, she makes the second. She's got 8 points in the quarter, and she's got 12 here in the game. 47-22, the Taylor lead. They've been in control from the word go. They jumped out to a 5-0 lead. They built a lead as big as 32 earlier in the second quarter. Nice backdoor try there by Fryman, but her bounce pass too far for the intended target, Doy. Erin Moore makes her first appearance of the second quarter. She comes in and will spell Clement. 3:34 to go before halftime. Taylor with the rock from left to right. They lead by 25, 47-22. As Huntington goes back to almost a 2-1-2 zone here. Trying to keep the ball out of Kendall Bradbury's hands. She'll step outside the arc and take a pass from Garrett. She's got it high left side between the circles to Aubrey Wright. With 10 to shoot. Abby Books, open 3 try. Yep, perfect. Second triple of the night for Abby Books. She's in double figures with 10. She's the third Trojan to get to double figures, and Taylor up 50-22. Garrett defends Reeker between the circles, who gives off to Fryman between the legs bounce, and a pitch out to Moore. Hesitating, mid-post left, trying to go up and under. Double team comes from right. Garrett almost knocked it away, driving in his Hamill right through the Taylor defense, and thankfully for the Trojans, that one fell off the rim. Bradbury with her 6th rebound here of the opening quarter. Kendall leads. Kendall's got 13. B-Books out there with a game-high 17. Here's Abby Books up top. Looking to her right now, swinging it to the left, and Aubrey Wright. Between the hands of Abby Books with 8 to shoot. Back to Wright has been good from 3 as of late, and that's an air ball. Weak side rebound with 4 seconds to B-Books with 2. Garrett, a desperation heave will hit the rim, and the baseline rebound is Brooke Saylor's. First miss from 3 tonight from Aubrey Wright on her first try. And Taylor back on defense, leading 50-22. 2:08 to go here in the half. Driving, triple team, Fryman kicks it out up top. Moore, a shimmy shake, and a right-hand floater is good for a deuce. Erin Moore with 4 points, her first scoring of the second quarter. And with less than 2 to go here in quarter number 2, Taylor leads 50-24. It's the 5 starters on the floor for the Trojans. Wright, Garrett, the Books twins, and Bradbury. B-Books in the right corner. To the near sideline and Aubrey Wright. And now the ball reversed left side and now back to the high right side. Wright fakes a 3 and drives, and a hand check foul against Maddie Reeker of Huntington. Reeker's first, the second one against the Forsters here in the quarter. 1:39 remaining in quarter 1. Shot clock resets to 30 for Taylor. As Garrett will take it from the near sideline back to Wright. Now between the circle to Garrett. Ball swung around and tapped out of bounds by Sam Hamill, of Huntington. The Forsters in their road green, Taylor in the home white. Far sideline, Abby Books, a quick bounce into the top, and Garrett. 90 seconds remaining before halftime. Taylor has dominated this one, up 50-24 right now. Garrett drives, free throw line, stops, looks up top to Aubrey Wright. Now to the high right side, a three by Bradbury, short off the near side rim. Garrett sails in, it's tapped out of bounds, and they'll say last touched by Lacey Garrett. Taylor now 10 of 19 from downtown. So the Trojans just 3 of 11 here in the second quarter from behind the arc after going 7 of 8 in quarter number 1. 70 seconds remain in the opening stanza, or the opening half, excuse me. Fryman, left-hand dribble, right-hand shot, blocked by Abby Books. Fryman gets it back, left side of the rim shot, and she'll bank it home. No one collapsed after the block by Books. Fryman got it back, and Fryman's got 6 for Huntington. And they trail 50-26 with 48 seconds remaining before halftime. Garrett down the lane, whips one outside to Abby Books. Free throw line, Bradbury, bump from behind. And the foul goes against Sam Hamill of Huntington. Her second, third against the visitors. Huntington head coach Lori Kohler looking for a travel on the initial catch by Bradbury, but she was bumped from behind. 12.8 seconds separate game and shot clock. Pass intercepted, falling down is Hamill after getting the interception. Keeps the dribble alive, and here Hamill will run the point. Taylor's 7th turnover here of the opening half, the only blemish on their stellar first half so far. Fryman spins away from the pesky Aubrey Wright and then finds a baseline pass to Hamill, who will get her first field goal. Taylor will hold for the final shot. Not a good close to this opening, to the second quarter. After outscoring Huntington 33-9 in quarter 1, Huntington has outscored Taylor 19-17 right now. And Taylor will hold for the final shot with Garrett dribbling just on the right edge of the center jump circle. 7 to go in the quarter. Garrett looking Bradbury's way. Wright with 3, with 2. B-Books hasn't missed a shot in the half, and that'll change as she misses it short off the front rim. A 3-point try missed, and we head to the half with Taylor, the number 9 team in the country, leading Huntington 50-28 here after 20 minutes of play here on the Trojan Sports Network. We'll come back with the BSN Sports Halftime Report after this commercial break here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Welcome back here inside Odell Arena. Rick Johnston with you. This is the BSN Sports Halftime Report. And at the break, it is the number 9 team in the country, Taylor 50 and Huntington 28. The stats at halftime, Taylor shot a blistering 12 of 15 in the first quarter, 7 of 8 from downtown. They finished 18 of 30 in the opening half. They were 10 of 20 from behind the arc and a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Huntington, meanwhile, after shooting just 4 of 16 in the opening quarter, they finished 11 of 28, 3 of 12 from downtown, and 3 of 4 from the line. The Trojans had 3 in double figures in that opening half, and at one point, their leading scorer in the first half outscored Huntington all by herself. Becca Brooks had 14 of her 17 first half points in the first quarter, as Becca hit 6 of her first 6 shots from the floor, and 5 of those were threes. She finishes 6 of 7 from the floor, 5 of 6 from downtown, for a game-high 17. Kendall Bradbury had 13 on 5 of 8 shooting in the first half, and Abby Brooks added 10 on 3 of 5 shooting. She was also 2 of 3 from behind the arc. Lauren James had 5 off the Taylor bench. Meredith Deckard had 3 off the bench, and Aubrey Wright had 2. Playing but not scoring in the opening half for Taylor, Lacey Garrett, and off the bench were Haley Stratman and Sydney Huffman. For Huntington, their leading scorer in the opening half, out of the 8 players that played, was Sarah Fryman, their leading scorer on the year. She had a team-high 6. Erin Moore had 4, same for Brooke Saylor. Maddie Reeker and Sam Hamill each had 3, same for Sarah Doy off the Huntington bench. And Casey Morton added 5 in a reserve role for Huntington in the first 20 minutes. Jade Clement played in the first half but did not score for Huntington. The Trojans out-rebounded the Foresters 17-13 in the first half. Huntington edged them on the offensive glass 5-4. Taylor's assist numbers were great. They are actually 5 below their season average. The Trojans assisted on 13 of the 18 buckets in the opening half. Aubrey Wright had 7. That ties a career high in the opening half as she paced the Trojans with 7 assists. Aubrey actually had more assists than Huntington did as a team, as the Foresters had just 5 helpers. 9 turnovers for Huntington led to 10 Taylor points. 7 Taylor turnovers, no points for Huntington off the turnover. 1 block, that was the Trojans. It belonged to Abby Books. 5 steals, Kendall Bradbury had 3. That ties a season high for Kendall. Huntington had 6 steals, 4 went to Sarah Fryman. That is 3 off of her career high, which was set earlier this season. It was all Taylor in the opening half. The Trojans outscored Huntington 33-9 in the first quarter. The Foresters came back and edged Taylor in the second stanza, 19-17. We'll take this last break. When we come back, it'll be time for the second half here on the Trojan Sports Network. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report, and at the break, it's number 9, Taylor 50, and Huntington 28 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics. It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome, and one in the Campus Center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
So Taylor ball to start the third quarter. They lead 50-28. They led by as many as 32 back in that first half. Half-court trap comes out here for Huntington. 5 threes on the night for Becca Books. This one long. She's missed 2 in a row after making her first 5. Rebound is Abby Books as she holds on the near sideline. Taylor attacking from right to left there in white. As Reeker goes wheeling around the arc, getting in the face of every Trojan ball handler. Garrett measuring in from the top. Jump stop, trying to find help. She'll flip it outside to Bradbury. Fakes a pass to her left, pulls up for a floater from the free throw line. It hits hard off the front rim. And it's Aaron Moore's rebound for Huntington. The 5 starters back on the floor for Huntington the start of the game. Moore, Reeker, Fryman, Hamill, and Saylor. Reeker left side high, defended by Garrett in the man-to-man. Hand off to Moore. Challenged by Bradbury. Moore goes up, ball knocked out of her hands. Moore got it back. Out to the near sideline, and Reeker, right-hand dribble, thought about going baseline right, instead angles back to her left. 8 to shoot. Moore thought about a 3, dribbles, pulls up, free throw line, jump shot, clean. 6 points for Aaron Moore. She gets the scoring going here in the third quarter. And after trailing by those 32 points, Huntington has now trimmed the deficit down to 20. 50-30 as we start play here in the third quarter. Garrett right into the middle of that 2-1-2 zone defense for Huntington. Back to the far sideline, Garrett. Here's Wright driving up top. Stops mid-post left. Up top, open. Bradbury 3 try. That one will spin off the rim and almost knocked away by Aubrey Wright. Then it's loose on the floor. Aubrey dives for it, and it's flipped away by Saylor to Moore. Bradbury's missed 3 straight 3 tries. Reeker almost traveled as she took a contested handoff from one of her teammates. Here's Fryman, guarded by Abby Books. Fryman spins in, tied up by Wright, and they'll say that Wright got her on the wrist. She tried to stop the ball as Fryman spun over her hip. Second foul on Aubrey Wright, first one against Taylor here in this third quarter. Aubrey Wright comes over for a quick chat with head coach Jody Martinez. This is Fryman's first trip to the line tonight, and she'll make the first attempt. Fryman was 7. That leads Huntington tonight. And Fryman, an excellent free throw shooter. 14th best in the country at 86%. She'll make both. That's a quick 4-0 start here for Huntington. As they're to within, they are to within 18, down 50-32. 2 minutes into the third stanza. Garrett, plenty of space, drives left elbow and stops. In traffic, pivoting, will bounce a low one to the baseline left in B Books. Outside near sideline, Garrett, right-hand dribble. Thought about going back to her. She'll just go right down the wide-open lane, but miss a right-handed layup. Good look there by Garrett. Here comes Huntington out and racing. They've scored the first 4 points of this third quarter. Pass into traffic, long J right side, spun off the rim, and rebounded by B Books on the miss by Moore of Huntington. Foul on the backcourt by Huntington. Foul on Fryman, her first, and the first one against Huntington. 7:46 left here in this third quarter. Taylor has yet to score, as they've missed all 3 of their tries here in this third stanza. They go from right to left to the Trojans in white with purple letters and gold numbers that are trimmed in purple. Huntington in the all green, green numbers, green letters with white trim. Garrett to the high right side. This will be Aubrey Wright. In traffic, pass was deflected, got to Garrett. B-Books drives right around Moore. Triple team comes on B-Books. Trying to find help, almost traveled with 7 to shoot, floats it up top to right. Reeker defends her, jabbing his right with 3 to shoot, with 2, step back, 10-footer, no, and Taylor 0-4 to start, and B-Books goes right over the defender Moore for a rebound. Bradbury trying to get Taylor on the board in the third quarter, but her sidewinding 3 is missed. 4 straight misses from downtown for Bradbury. Here comes Huntington from left to right with Hamill running the show. She'll get into right, tuck it in, throw it up off the high glass and in on a tough-looking shot there from Hamill. 6-0 start here for Huntington, and they've trimmed the deficit to 16. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez not happy across from us as he'll take his first timeout of the night. It'll be a full timeout, and we'll see what Coach Martinez can draw up during the timeout. A good start here for Huntington. A 6-0 burst, and they trail Taylor 50-34 just over 3 minutes into this third quarter.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
One change in the Trojan 5. Lauren James makes her first appearance of the second half. She replaces Lacey Garrett. The other 4 starters remain: Wright, Bradbury, and Abby and Becca Books. Taylor has missed their first 6 shots from the floor to start this third quarter, as Huntington has started the quarter off on a 6-0 burst. Free throw line, Bradbury driving on Saylor. Left-hand shot blocked out of bounds by Saylor. Taylor keeps the possession with 16 to shoot, as Bradbury had some space, and then the Eastbrook High School graduate from about a couple miles away from here, Saylor swatted the shot away. Wright will throw it through traffic. Abby Books, a long-range shot is swished from the high right side. A much-needed bucket by the Trojans. A Books with 13, and Taylor on the board to start this third quarter. With 6:30 remaining in quarter 3, Taylor up 53-34. Fryman, left elbow, jump stop. Got Books into the air but couldn't let a shot go. Reeker, and then a banging screen set by Hamill. She ran into James, and Hamill gets called for her third. Hamill gets the explanation. She came in for the screen. As she handed off, she ran right in and banged into James like a bumper car. Third one on Hamill, second one against Huntington. And Taylor from right to left. Free throw line, Bradbury. Fryman cuts her off. Nice spin and a pitch to Abby Books, whose shot was just missed on a layup near short side rim. Abby Books tapped the pass, and Hamill able to haul it down for Huntington. A couple missed layups here for Taylor in this third quarter, reminiscent of some troubles we saw them have last week. Ball fumbled with by Huntington, intercepted on a steal by Aubrey Wright. Pass to the near side, Abby Books to the trailing Bradbury. Has missed 4 threes in a row, and that changes as she swishes home a trifecta. Second triple of the night for Bradbury. She's got 16, and Taylor back in front by 20+. They're up 22, 56-34. As each team has scored now 6 points here in the third. First 6 by Huntington, next 6 by Taylor. Nobody guards Hamill as they triple team the ball handler, and the ball handler found Hamill down low for a left side layup. Easy bucket there for Hamill, and she's got 7-4 here in this third quarter. Taylor lead down to 20 as the Trojans have the rock going from right to left in white. James jarring on the baseline, right trying to find a backdoor cut to Bradbury, couldn't get it to her. James holds between the circles, right-hand bounce, deflected to Bradbury, tucking that shoulder and over Saylor. Shot was missed, and Saylor will be called for the foul. First one on Saylor, third one against Huntington here in the quarter. And Bradbury will go back to the line for 2. So Kendall was 16. Becca Book still leading the way with 17. No one in double figures so far for Huntington. Their closest player is Sarah Fryman with 8. And Kendall will miss the first free throw short. A rare miss for the 87% free throw shooter. The second one, good. 4 in the quarter for Kendall. She's got 17. That ties B-Books for team high honors and game high honors. And the Taylor lead back to 21 with 5 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. Hamill from the right wing, left-hand dribble, got her all the way to the left elbow. Try to step back jump shot, denied by right, and she'll hand it off to Reeker. Left block, Saylor, double team comes with Bradbury. Saylor shuffles in, misses a shot, but nobody boxes her out. Hamill a long 2 from straight on. That one spun off the front rim. Saylor got her hand on it, tiptoes off the hand of James, and Saylor another offensive rebound on this possession. Moore shuffling up and under for a right-hand put-in. 4 for Aaron Moore as Taylor had struggles trying to box out Saylor down low. She averaged a double-double a year ago. She's Huntington's top rebounder with 9 a game. Floating in Bradbury around 3 defenders. She missed it, and Kendall was sent down to the floor. Entry pass there looked to be from B-Books of Taylor. That's the second on Fryman, and more importantly for Huntington, that's the 4th one against the Forsters. 2 more for Bradbury. She was 1 of 2 the last trip. She'll make the first one here. 1 more foul puts Taylor in the penalty. They come into games this year outscoring opponents by 6 at the line a game, and they're the second best free throw shooting team in the country at 81%. So it's almost like an automatic 2 points when you put the Trojans to the line. 19 for Bradbury. She's got 6 here in the quarter, and Taylor back up by 21, 59-38. Saylor right side circle off to Hamill, right defender forcing her baseline. Nice pitch in, but Hamill steps on the baseline. Excellent one-on-one defense by Aubrey Wright of Taylor. 4:12 left to go in the third. Taylor, the number 9 team in the country, riding an 11-game winning streak, trying to push it to 12, which would match their longest win streak since the early 2000s. No subs yet for either team. The starting 5 from the game, and the starting 5, actually check that. James, the only sub in right now for either side. Reeker defends her, far sideline, B-Books, flinging it near side over, too tall for her twin sister Abby, as it goes off of Abby's fingertips and out of bounds, as B-Books tried to send that one cross-court in a skip over the Huntington Zone D. 8th turnover for Taylor. That's their first one here of this third quarter. And Huntington comes from left to right in green. Hamill to the mid-post left against right, pitching outside. Now Fryman tiptoes the baseline again and throws it in right to Taylor's Abby Books. She'll send it near side to James. A 3-on-3 break. James hits the brakes and waits for reinforcements. There's B-Books high right side to James up top. Right-hand dribble to the open Abby Books. She'll draw right around Fryman. A little floater from 5. That was too long. Then Wright will tap it out, but then Wright will land on top of Maddie Reeker of Huntington. And Aubrey picks up her 3rd foul of the night. Wright with 8 assists now. That's a career high for her. She had 7 in the first half. Fryman exits for Huntington. She's replaced by Casey Morton of the Forsters. 3:21 and counting here in quarter 3. Huntington with the ball, trailing 59-38. They go from left to right. Morton high right side, left-hand dribble up top to the driving Moore. Through a couple defenders, throws one with the right hand. That one will dance off the back of the rim, and Abby Books has rebound number 6. The Trojans moving as Wright runs the point here for TU. Huntington slides into their 2-1-2 zone. James open. Tried to move Bradbury with a pass. Is tapped and intercepted. Second turnover of the quarter. Hamill to the cutting Saylor. A right-hand layup in transition's good. First scoring for Brooke Saylor since quarter number 1, and she's got 6 points. They're in front of a friendly crowd with nearby Eastbrook High School coming to watch her tonight. Nice pass to James. A 3-ball. Got it in front of her own bench. Second triple for Lauren James. LJ with 8. On the find from one of the Books twins, and Taylor back in front by 22. 2:29 to go in quarter number 3. Morton measuring, spinning, got it right and right. She fell down, and Wright will snatch it off the floor. Up to the leaking James, a 2-on-1. James goes in, lefty layup, and it's good for a 5-0 Lauren James run. She's the 4th Trojan in double figures with 10. That's 6 more than her season average. Hamill trying to go end-to-end, goes in, and B-Books put her hand in there and will pick up a cheap foul. She tried to go for the block, got forearm instead of ball. First one on Becca, 3rd one against Taylor here in the quarter. And that'll put Hamill to the line for 2, where she is 1 of 2 tonight. The first one, swish. 5 points in the quarter for Hamill. She's got 8 in the game. Here comes Stratman and Huffman in for Taylor, replacing Wright and B-Books. So the first time we've seen Haley Stratman and the first time we've seen Sydney Huffman tonight. No changes. Actually, there is one change. Michaela Avina in for Huntington. First time we've seen her tonight. She's a 5'2 senior from Ohio. Second free throw missed by Hamill and rebounded by Kendall Bradbury. Taylor fires it all the way up the floor. Rainbow pass to Abby Books that she hauls in the right corner. And then she'll give it off to James, who backs out near the volleyball line. Trying to take Reeker to the cup. A stop and start move. Out to Bradbury for another 3 try, and she hits her second one in a row. 3rd 3 of the night for Kendall Bradbury. She's got a game-high 22 on the assist from Lauren James. LJ's 3rd, and Taylor up 67-41. Avina to the right block, in pass in traffic to Saylor, trying to go up and over Bradbury. Shot hit off the bottom of the rim, and it's rebounded by Abby Books. She'll start the break up the middle of the floor. She's got James to her right, finds her, bullets one down low to Bradbury, spins to the trailing Huffman, a 3 from straight on and straight through for Sydney Huffman. 15th made 3 ball tonight by the Taylor University women's basketball team. That forces a timeout by Lori Culler, a 30-second timeout for Huntington, as the Trojans have opened up a 29-point lead here with a minute 17 to go in the 3rd.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
So out of the 32nd Huntington timeout, no changes to their 5. Jamie Netzley waits patiently at the score table to come in for TU. Avina, left side wing to the mid-post left, and Saylor. She'll thread one through multiple defenders and find Reeker of the near side corner. As Huntington shoots on the basket to her right, this one through the hands of Avina. There's Abby Books diving for a loose ball, but she overran it and couldn't get it as she and Avina went scrambling for it. Hamill comes away with it for Huntington. Reeker open 3 balls short, and James is there, and then Huffman comes in and rips it out of traffic. And a foul here against Huntington. That'll be the 5th one against the visitors. That's the 2nd one on Saylor. So that puts Taylor in the bonus for the final 49 6/10 of a second here in quarter number 3. They've outscored Huntington 20-13 here in this quarter. And Huffman to the line for a pair. 77% is the junior from Indianapolis this season. And that one will be long off the back rim. And you don't need us to tell you who just checked in. The head cutout for Jamie Netzley is here. Her wing friends down below us. Huffman rainbows in the second one for her 4th point of the night. And Taylor up by 30 for the second time this evening. Their biggest lead tonight has been 32. Also, Kiara Nieto in for the Trojans. So right now, no seniors on the floor for TU. The elder stateswomen are Huffman and Stratman, the 2 juniors, along with Netzley, a junior. Reeker, mid-range right wing jump shot, no. Nieto had it knocked away from her, then's ripped away by Hamill of Huntington. Outside, left side high, Reeker, Hamill measuring, thought about it. Huffman fights through a screen and defends Hamill. Outside, Avina measuring a 3, and that one off target right. Just missed James to haul it in, but she didn't tap it, and it goes out of bounds and back to Taylor. Sarah Doy makes her first 3rd quarter appearance for Huntington, replacing Reeker. So the Trojans have James and Nieto, 2 sophomores, and then 3 juniors. Huffman, Netzley, and Stratman on the floor right now with 15 seconds left, and Taylor leading by 30. James to the corner, and Stratman. Back outside to James with 6 to go in the quarter. Near side, Netzley with 4. Back to James right side. Jab stepping, contested 3 ball. That one long. Netzley tried to volleyball it in, and that will send us to the 4th quarter. After a good spurt to start the quarter by Huntington, the Trojans turn on the Jets to end the quarter, leading by 30. 71-41 as the Trojans look to get their 12th win in a row. Here tonight, this is Taylor Women's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
The same five that ended the quarter for Taylor comes back out here. James, Netzley, Nieto, Huffman, and Stratman. With the Trojans leading by 30, 71-41. Casey Morton has the opening possession here for Huntington. She gets it back, drives in for a right-hand layup to start the quarter off. Morton with 7, and a good start to the fourth here for Huntington. They score on their opening possession. They apply pressure in the backcourt. James takes a pass from Nieto right sideline, behind the back dribble with Avina defending. Almost able to knock it away was Avina, but James able to get it back. 2-3 zone run by Huntington. And now they bring a third defender up top. Netzley, right side high, between the circles to Huffman with 8 to shoot. Left side high, James with 6, with 5, with 4. Huffman drives from the top. Her shot smacked out of there by Saylor. 2 seconds to shoot here for Taylor as they'll get it in from the baseline. Huffman will get it in. Taylor with 2 seconds to shoot. Nieto right wing, a rainbow try, hits hard off the front rim, and Morton is there for the miss for Huntington. Near sideline, Hamill, she'll angle to her left, to the right side circle, and gives off to whom? That is Doy, excuse me. Avina, second 3 try, and that one swished. Just the second made 3 for Avina this season, her first points of the night. That's a 5-0 start here for Huntington, as the Trojans have all 5 reserves on the floor, and then Avina bumps Huffman in the backcourt, as the Foresters applied full court press. 71-46, the Taylor lead, 8:52 remaining here in quarter 4. The Trojans, winners of 11 in a row. Pass from Stratman goes off the fingertips of Netzley as she took her eyes off of it. And it'll stay here with Huntington on the 10th Taylor turnover of the night. So a couple of starters out there for Huntington right now against the 5 bench players for Taylor. Driving Hamill, left-hand banker, no. Nieto got it, and then she draws an over-the-back call against Saylor. That's the third one against Saylor, who's the Huntington Foresters' top rebounder at 9 boards a night. She averaged a double-double last year, averaging just below that this season with 9 and 9. Huffman cut off by Avina, back to the middle of the floor, and Netzley. Double team comes, spins back and throws it far side. Huffman driving in, bouncing to the weak side, and Stratman knocked out of bounds by Hamill. And it'll stay here with Taylor with 8:35 to go here in the fourth. 71-46 the Taylor lead, a 5-0 start here for Huntington. They started the third quarter on a 6-0 burst. Stratman jab step 3 blocked by Fryman. Stratman trying to get it back. A held ball will keep it here with Taylor. Third block of the night for Saylor. That's 1 off of her season high and 3 off of her career high. So after Taylor fell behind 6-0 to start in the third quarter, they scored 6 in a row. We'll see what they can do here. Trying to stop this Huntington 5-0 start to the fourth. Huffman into the paint, outside Stratman, right side wing. To the right side corner, inside the arc, Nieto with 5. Trying to go against Saylor. Nieto trying to go up and under, bouncing back to Stratman, fakes the 3 with 2, lets an 18-footer go with 1, and she got fouled on the arm by Casey Morton. That's Morton's third and the third one against Huntington here in the third quarter. And Stratman will go to the line for 2. Haley, a 60% free throw shooter on the year, 6 of 10. And the first one missed long. She's 6 of 11. Her older sister Liz sitting across from us. Liz, a former Big East Defensive Player of the Year during her time at Butler University. Stratman makes the second one for her first point of the night. A line change for the Trojans. 5 players off, 5 players on. Kendall Bradbury back in, Abby and Becca Books, Aubrey Wright, and Meredith Deckard all on for TU. Less than 2 minutes into this fourth quarter. A bucket and a free throw, by Stratman has made it 72-46 to Taylor. Taylor turns to face the basket, knocked away, got it back. Weak side pass down to Hamill, who lays it in over Deckard. 10 for Hamill. She's the first Huntington player in double figures. Taylor sloppy in the backcourt, tapped away. Last touched. They'll say last touched by Huntington, and so Taylor will get it back. Taylor a little sloppy here to start this fourth quarter off. 7:49 to go in the fourth as the Foresters apply pressure in the backcourt. Taylor was able to solve the Rubik's Cube. That was the Huntington backcourt press last Wednesday in their win over Marion. Floating it across, but a backcourt violation as Taylor couldn't get it across in the 10 seconds that were required. 11th turnover by Taylor, their 4th one here of this second half. There was 7:42 remaining. Huntington will try to trim into this deficit, which was once 32 points back in the second quarter. Saylor mid-post right, outside Morton measures a 3, and that one off the front rim. Avina had it tapped away from her. Taylor couldn't gather it in, and a loose ball foul will be called against one of the Books twins. I think it's against Abby, and it is. 40 held into the air. First on her, first one against Taylor here in the fourth. They lead 72-48, Huntington with the ball. Fresh 30 to work with as Doyle will get it in. Hamill turns and faces the basket. Right defends her. Power dribble, left hand. Right blocked the shot. Hamill got it. Throws one off the glass and nothing else with her back to the hoop. Bradbury had it. Tapped out of bounds by Avina. And Taylor will inbound it from the backcourt. Taylor's been outscored 7-1 here in this fourth quarter. Bradbury banged in from behind as Hamill tried to go for the steal. And the Taylor students down below us give Hamill an earful. That's her 4th, and the 4th one against Huntington here in this final stanza. Almost 3 minutes in. Right in the backcourt. Back to the middle of the floor in B-Books. High pass. Abby Books had it, lost it. And then she's tied up, and a held ball will send it back to Huntington. As Doyle was the one that tied up Abby Books. Taylor really sloppy here in this fourth quarter. They've led the entire way. They led 5-0 to start. They never trailed. They led 33-9 after one quarter. But it's been a sloppy start for TU here in this fourth. Avina 1-3 tonight. This one from the right wing misses everything except the backboard as it went up and over the rim. Deckard will give it off to Wright. No pressure in the backcourt here applied by Huntington. Deckard right sideline. Wright, high pass. Bradbury able to gather it back in. Triple teamed. Left side circle Aubrey Wright. Left open but doesn't pull the trigger from 3. Deckard open with space. As the Trojans, they're into the 3-2 zone, or 2-3 zone. Abby Books a rainbow 3, hard off the front rim. Bradbury had it, couldn't get it in, and Taylor gets called for a reach and foul. It'll be Aubrey Wright's. That's Aubrey's 4th. Kendall just 2 of 8 from three-point range tonight. Taylor, as a team, 15 of 31. They started the game making 7 of their first 8 tries from downtown. Doy between the circles to the mid-post right. Saylor against her senior counterpart Bradbury. Saylor trying to go up and under. Bradbury cuts her off. Bradbury might have blocked it, but Saylor was able to push it on through for a deuce. How many does Saylor have now? 8 for her. And Taylor leading 72-50. Right trouble in the backcourt, trying to get rid of it. Double team, slipping it through. And Abby Books gets fouled by Avina. That's the 5th one against Huntington, and with 6:05 remaining in the fourth, Taylor will be in the bonus. That's Avina's 2nd. So Abby Books to the line for 2. Abby 2 of 2 tonight. The first one. Good. Just the 2nd point that Taylor has scored here in this fourth quarter. The first one was on a Haley Stratman free throw. The second one on an Abby Books free throw. Their 3rd point will come here on the 2nd of the 2 free throws by Abby Books. Abby was 16. The Trojans led by Bradbury with 22. Becca Brooks had 17 all in the first half. And James has 10 for the 4 double-figure Taylor scores. Morton, right-hand dribble down the right side of the floor. Avina from 10 feet. Short rim, right side, slapped out of there by Saylor. And Aubrey Wright will gather it in on the right side of the floor. That's Aubrey's 4th rebound to go with a career-high 9 assists. And 2 points for number 14 in white tonight. She'll run the point. Huntington slides into the 2-3 zone. Deckard, right side to the corner. Open, B-Books, 3-ball try. Got it. Triple for Becca Brooks, her 6th of the night. That ties a career high in 3-point makes. B-Books with 20. And Taylor up 77-50. That's the 16th made 3-point try by Taylor tonight. Nice move by Morton as she slices down the lane and banks it in with a right hand. 9 for her, 4 in the quarter. As we approach halfway home here in the 4th. Taylor up 77-52. Huntington applies full court press. B-Books to the near side of the floor. Deckard bullets one through defenders. Far sideline right. Jump stop, and she'll send it back out. B-Books wants a career high and 3-point makes, and she gets it. 7th made triple for B-Books tonight. She's got 23 points, and Taylor up 80-52. Saylor left block over Bradbury for a deuce. And Saylor in double figures with 10. She's the second Huntington player to get to that. And Taylor up 80-54. 4:24 to go in the 4th. Wright bangs into Avina, and they get Wright for the charge. That's Aubrey's 5th, and her night has come to a close. First time that Aubrey has fouled out tonight this season. As Jamie Netzley comes in for TU. Jamie played a season-high 14 minutes in the win over St. Francis on Saturday. She works back from a first semester injury. Doy, right side circle, 3-ball, hits the front rim. It was short. B-Books will leg out the rebound for Taylor on the Morton 3-point miss. 6th rebound for B-Books tonight with those 23 points. As Netzley operates up top. 2-hand pitch out Deckard. They leave her open to the near side of the floor in Netzley. She'll fling it far side to B-Books. Wanted to go down low to twin sister Abby, but couldn't get it to her. B-Books right side high through the D to Netzley. Measuring a 3. Straight on and straight through for Jamie Netzley. Her first made triple of the season. So a triple for Netzley. Taylor's 18th of the night. One off of tying the program record. Morton right-hand floater kisses off the front rim and rolls home. 83-56, the Taylor lead, with 3:38 to go here in the 4th. Deckard, right side of the floor, waits for help, and she'll give it on back to the trailing Jamie Netzley. Left-hand dribble, far side of the floor, Abby Books, high right side, Deckard. Between the circles, Netzley, near side, B-Books, been hot tonight. That one missed off target left. Abby had it tapped away. Netzley dives for it, but it's tapped and hauled in by Saylor. Morton Gums almost had it knocked away, did Avina, as Deckard was right there in her face. Top of the key, 3-ball on the way. That one skips off the back rim. 9th rebound by Kendall Bradbury on the Sarah Doy miss from deep. Netzley wheels up the floor, near side of the floor, B-Books to the open. Abby Books down low. She's blocked from behind, and it goes out of bounds off of the leg of Abby Books, who gets up and looks for a foul that will not come. Line change substitutions here for Huntington. 5 on the floor out, new 5 in. They are Erica Zook, Whitney Dodds, Logan Rouse, Sydney Integrone, and Alexandria Bope. So fresh 5 on the floor for Huntington. As Kayla Kirtley jogs to the scorer's table for TU. 83-56, the Taylor lead. Integrone down the lane, and left-hand scoop, no. Bradbury almost had it knifed away as Netzley steals the rebound away for Taylor. One more rebound for Bradbury would give her 47th double-double of her career on the 12th one this season. Bradbury free throw line spins, triple teamed. Outside to B-Books, around the arc it spun. Deckard high left side. One more 3-point shot for the Trojans. One more make would tie the program record of 19. Netzley to the corner, B-Books. Thought about it with 6 to shoot. Now 5 to shoot. Bradbury in the paint with 3, with 2 through defenders, no, and she's fouled on the take by Bope. That's Bope's first. Taylor already in the bonus. And 2 more free throws coming here for the spectacular Kendall Bradbury. She averages 21 points a game. She's got 22 right now. And now 23. James and Huffman return for TU. Madison Fisher makes her first appearance of the night. Her normal curly hair has been straightened this evening. Kiara Nieto in for TU. And Bradbury will come out if she can make this second free throw, with Kirtley waiting patiently at the scorer's table. Bradbury made the first. She'll swish home the second. And Kendall's night will come to a close. 24 points for the front runner for the Crossroads League Player of the Year. Her two freebies give Taylor an 85-56 lead with 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Rolls high left side. Fisher got her hand on it, almost knocked it away, as Taylor looks to be in their 2-3 zone. Integron dribbles outside the arc, back into the paint to Bope, trying to go up and under. Ball knocked away by Fisher. Bodies fall on the floor. It's a tie up, and we'll go back to Taylor. Good hands there by the long Madison Fisher at 5 feet 11 inches to poke that pass away and fall on it. Taylor 49% from the floor, 51% from downtown. They've made 18 three balls to just 4 for Huntington tonight. One more, as we mentioned, would tie the program record of 19 that they set earlier this year. Here's it from Fisher, and that ties the program record of 19 threes. On Fisher's first three ball of the night, her fourth one of the season, and Taylor up 88-56. And one more would set the program record and tie the school record that the men's team set 2 years ago of 20. A minute 10 to go in the fourth. James almost knocked it away to the corner. Huntington swings it. Dodds down to Bope, almost knocked away for her. To the paint, she finds a wide open teammate who throws it too hard off the glass. That was Zook. Integron's there for a weak side rebound, and she will put it home. Integron with the bucket. 54 seconds left. Taylor up 88-58. So unless they have to fire up a desperation three before the shot clock, it looks like they will just tie the program record here. Fisher left wing with 15 to shoot. Pass too far for Nieto, out of bounds. And Huntington will get it back with 13 seconds between game and shot clock. 43 seconds left on the game clock. So the Trojans will win by a comfortable margin tonight. Huntington made a good run at it in the third, but Taylor hit the gas pedal, much like they did on Saturday against St. Francis. Integron shot too strong, taps around and goes home. Initially too strong, but then it danced on the back of the rim and dropped. 4 for Integron off the bench. Shot clock turned off with 25 seconds left. Huffman will walk to the front court, and all that's left are the final few seconds to tick away here. Taylor holds Huntington 6 points below their season average, and they win. Going away tonight 88-60. The Trojans pick up their 20th win of the year. They'll move to 20-4. 11-2 in the Crossroads League, and they win their 12th game in a row, which matches the longest win streak for the Trojans since the early 2000s. Taylor sweeps the season series against Huntington as the Trojans outscored HU 33-9 and after the opening quarter, and they were able to coast from there. We'll take a break and come back with the Ivanhoe's post-game show. We'll wrap this one up and then look ahead to the men's game coming up after the women's game comes to a close here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke memory. You got to have the music that you just listen to.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
All right, Rick Johnston now joined by the head coach of the Trojans, Jody Martinez, here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Well, you win 20 games for the 18th time in your career as a head coach. You're now 20-4. You win your 12th game in a row. Big first quarter there for you. You outscore them 33-9. What led to the hot start?
I just think it was a great focus by the starter, setting the tone. We just keep talking in practice about how hard this team has worked, but just as important, how hard these seniors in their career at Taylor has worked hard to get an opportunity to be on top of this conference. And for all the struggles they went through with 3 coaches changes, just the personnel, people that came in with them as freshmen, it's just a lot of adversity these girls have been facing, and just how much they mean to each other. And I just feel like the tone was set early, the energy was high. We still got, we got some things to work on. We have a tendency of getting up 20, we kind of get lethargic. And as I was sharing, I got the bench in there. We were up almost 30, and then within 3 minutes we had lost momentum. They went on an 8-0 run and stuff like that. And then that's hard for the starters to come back, knowing that, hey, the bench has got an opportunity to play. And my philosophy is, if I see any lack of effort, they come out. And so, it's unfortunate, but I'm old school. When you get in there, I want both ends of the court, not just one side.
Emphasis on the old, right?
Yeah, whatever.
You had 4 in double figures. Lauren James hit that big 3 at the end of the first quarter. She had 10, but your second leading scorer tonight was Becca Book. She had 23 points. She made her first 6 shots from the floor, her first 5 threes.
One was from like 30 feet.
Yeah, one was from our offices.
Yeah, we really work on that on practice.
Was that one of those no, hey, all right, it went in?
Well, we do work on what's called a transition drill.
Well, that was transition, brother.
We're supposed to attack and kick, and where you're at, you're supposed to catch and shoot. So I don't think she knew where she was, but what I love about Becca and Abby, even when she shoots, is they focus on the rim. So, it's a mentality. They have so much confidence right now of shooting the ball, but we do shoot the stuff in practice. I just didn't expect that one to be so deep.
You made 19 of your 36 threes, ties the program record you guys set at the beginning of the year. How tough do you think you guys are to defend when you shoot the ball like you did tonight?
Yeah, we're just a different level. Huntington is a very, very good team. They take teams, spurts. They battle teams. But when you hit 19 threes, that's tough to defend. Then if you guard it, now you're getting the inside game with Kendall, and that's going to be another story now. So we're more diverse when we hit the outside shot, but the energy, it begins with our defense. Our defensive effort, when we rebound and run, and we hit the ball like that, it's going to be a tough matchup.
Aubrey Wright has her first double-figure assist game of her career. She has 10.
Awesome.
She had 7 the first half. She had 4 points. She fouled out tonight, but she had 10 assists. She continues to affect the games in more ways than just scoring.
Yeah, and she also had 5 fouls. We got to mention that. she fouled out. And I don't know if Grandpa Wright's going to be excited about that or not.
No, he won't.
But
no, he won't.
Because I heard Grandpa Wright didn't play defense either. So
he openly admits that.
Yeah, but no, Aubrey's just, her energy's been great, and like I said, the Stars has been hard, just working hard. Lacey at the point guard does a great job of transition stuff, and once again, Lacey's role right now is not on the stat sheet. She guards their best shooter, and she's been doing that second semester, and we have a little streak going on. And I think it's because we disrupt their offenses when the shooter can't get going. And then you got Aubrey, who we call the chaser. Aubrey chases, but, sometimes she gets those steals and sometimes she gets the deflections. And today she was just a little late, and I was trying to tell her, you're just a little late. That's why you're fouling. And so, great win. whenever you can beat Huntington. Once again, we got 5 games left. We'll take one at a time. We got a day off tomorrow because of the weather. I just get them relaxed, then we'll get back to the grind on Thursday.
Any plans to stay warm tomorrow? You have any snacks or anything?
The family is all.
Can I come over?
Yeah, you'll make the trip. I'm going to be watching game film eventually, but we're going to do some family bonding time. The kids have no school. When I say kids, I got a college age and a senior in high school. But
Hannah's here, and Jocelyn will be here in the fall.
Right. Hopefully you can sleep in, but, man, during the season I can't sleep, so I'm up and ready to roll. My ADD's kicking in.
Well, if you get bored, call me. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, there we go. All right, brother.
All right, congrats.
Thank you. Thank you for all you listeners out there. We love you, Tub Nation.
Richard Moore's
Tub
walking
fans.
tonight from
Rev's
out there somewhere.
Hopefully in a month I'll see you.
That's what we all hope.
Yeah,
he's getting candy for us. That's what he said.
Yeah, I want some chocolate-covered peanuts, a.k.a. M&M. All right, here we go.
That's Jody Martinez. That's really all we need to say. The Taylor women's basketball team, 4 in double figures. Kendall Bradbury led the way with 24. Becca Brooks had 23, a career-high 7 made threes for Becca tonight. Aubrey Wright also had a career-high 10 assists. Lauren James had 10. Abby Brooks had 15 on 4 of 10 shooting. The Trojans finished the game shooting 50% from the floor, 53% from 3, and they tied a career mark of 19 made 3-point baskets. They outscored Huntington 33-9 at the end of the first quarter, and they go on to win tonight by a final of 88-60. The Trojans are now 20-4 on the year, 11-2 in Crossroads League play, and they've won 12 games in a row, tying the longest win streak since the early 2000s. They're at Spring Arbor on Saturday. They are back here next week to take on Indiana Wesleyan on Wednesday night. Coming up here in a few short moments, we'll have men's basketball as the Trojans take on Huntington. And the Trojans on the men's side try to snap trying to snap a sizable losing streak. We're back with that after this short time out here on the Trojan Sports Network. If you want to watch the men's game, just stop, go back to the main page of YouTube, and we'll get that stream going here in a few short moments. We'll talk to you in a minute.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.